Well, good morning. I'm at the boat having a little coffee chat, and I just noticed I have a lampshade on my head. Nah, I don't really. But anyway, I'm not going to be doing a freezer and refrigerator and working pantry cook down today because I'm at the boat and we're going to be going out for breakfast. Here is what the inside of the boat looks like. So this is where we spend a lot of time. And it's a cool day today. But then it's going to be getting very hot again. And this is my favorite red cup here on the boat. So there'll be no swimming or anything like that because it's a little too chilly. But we do like to go out to breakfast and dinner. And I don't know if you can hear the Canada geese out there squawking away. But there's a lot of them here. And later I'll take you outside and I'll show you the harbor. I've shown you before. But sometimes when I'm here at the Marina, I have a hard time uploading videos because the Wi-Fi isn't very good here. So it takes forever to upload a video. But later on this afternoon, I'll be going home. And yesterday we had pizza, so I'll probably be having that for dinner, just leftovers. So I'm not going to do a countdown today. We'll return to that tomorrow. So, yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know what's going on and have a little coffee chat. So I hope you guys have a place where you can go and relax and treat yourself to some relaxation time, whether that's at the beach or at your own home, in your backyard. Having a place to just sit and be quiet sometimes and not always be busy is very important in my opinion. Especially if you have a lot of contact with the outside world and other people and a lot of stress in your life. You need a place where you can go and decompress and not worry about all the other things that are going on around you. Turn off the news, the politics, all that, and just put that out of your mind for a while and just relax. And focus on what it is that you want to manifest in your life. Even if it's the simplest ritual, like having a cup of coffee by yourself or a friend that you can talk to. Everything like that helps for your mental well-being. Some people relax by doing crafting, or writing, journaling. That's a good way to relax. Setting up a fountain, whether it's just a little fountain in your home with a few plants around it, something where it can simulate being in nature. I'd love to read some of the names on some of the boats. This one's creative. Pause and relax. This is JB in water, because those are the guy's initials. So lots of creative names on some of these boats. And there's Old Glory. We always look there to see what direction the wind is going. Today it's going west. Not much of a breeze. It's a beautiful day here, even though it's very cloudy and overcast. It's a really nice day. So this is the harbor, one of the All right. Here's our Mr. Bones wind chime. We got him in Florida. People here have sheds. There's a whole row. Some of them have beds in there and they spend the night. Other people have refrigerators and different things. So lots and lots of sheds. And the other way too. So this is the other direction, and the sheds go all the way down to the end. And since today is Monday, there aren't too many people here today. So this is Tom's boat right there. And there's a lot of really nice people that hang out here. So there's a train track that runs along here. And of course, when the train gets to about here, they blow the whistle and it's really, really loud. But we like to look at all the train writing from the street artists. So that's always a fun project to do. But this is where we hang out on the weekend at the Marina. And it's very nice and peaceful, and there's nothing to cook and nothing to declutter. We just kind of hang out here. And we have a few adult beverages and hang out with friends. All right, well, this is the beach here where we like to hang out. It's going to be coming up. This is a pavilion. There's lots of parties had here. And this is the lake is so calm today. It's a cloudy day and it's not very windy. So this is a beautiful beach today. So I had my phone holder in the way there. So this is the beach. You can hardly see the difference between the sky and the water. But beach is looking pretty good. People like to come here and have a big fire at night, which is really nice. A fire on the beach, right? So let me show you. Oh, beautiful flowers. We have all kinds of flowers that bloom here too. Oh, and look at these. How awesome are those? Those are really cool. I don't know what they are. They look like big dandelions, but they're not. I don't know what they are. But anyway, this is more beach, and it goes all the way over there. You can walk the beach. Now, a lot of times this beach gets really small, depends on the level of the lake. But right now we have a lot of beach, and it's looking pretty good. All right, I'll be back later. I'm back at home from my adventure at the beach, and it was a nice couple days. We hung out with friends, had a few laughs, and that's what we do in the summer. So sometimes, to get myself motivated to go, I kind of have to talk myself into it, because it's about a 30-minute drive. But once I get there, I always have a nice time. So Tom and I have been hanging out at Marina's for, well, going on 15 years now. I've always loved the beach and the ocean. My first husband and I, we used to do a lot of cruises. He worked part-time with a travel agent, And because he used to bring in customers for her, she would give us really good deals on trips. So we had some really, really nice trips to the Bahamas and to the way down to Martinique, and really, really nice. As a matter of fact, one of the trips was on a ship. It was a sailboat, big sailboat, 280 some feet, I think she was. And we brought her back from Martinique all the way back to the Bahamas. It was like a 10-day trip. And I loved that ship. And if you look it up, her name was the Phantom, and she actually had quite a history. Aristotle Onassis had bought the ship to give as a gift to Princess Grace and Rainier when they got married. But then it ended up he wasn't invited to the wedding, so of course he didn't send the wedding gift either. So then a fellow named Mike Burke bought her. And he bought a fleet of sail ships, and they would sail the Bahamas, the Virgin Islands, every ship had its own route. But the Phantom was in Martinique and dry dock, having some work done. And we just so happened to get lucky and go on a 10-day cruise. But unfortunately, I always wanted to go back and on her one more time. But unfortunately, I found out, I think it was in 1995, I'm not sure about the date, but she actually went down off the coast of Belize during Hurricane Mitch. And apparently what had happened was they had passengers, and they dropped the passengers off somewhere to keep them safe. And the captain and 13 crew wanted to get her to a safe harbor, because apparently where they dropped the passengers off wasn't a safe harbor for a ship. And the reason he wanted to do that was because, for some dumb reason, he didn't have insurance on the ship. I mean, who does that? So anyway, the captain and the crew, they set out for safe harbor. And every time they tried to outrun the hurricane or avoid the hurricane, Hurricane Mitch would change directions. It was as if the hurricane was hunting her down. So anyway, sadly to say, she went down off the coast of Belize with all the crew and the captain. So they're down in Davy Jones' locker somewhere, but there's actually a book written about her, and it's called The Ship and the Storm. I don't know who wrote it. It's not a real thick book, it's just a regular sized book, but the ship actually had quite a history. And when we went on it, apparently it used to have the cross yard arms, and this Captain Wynne was his name, and he was a Welsh guy, and he used to play Amazing Grace every time we left port, and it was really neat. And at one point, he had an accident with the ship and knocked off all the yard arms. So they took the ship away from him for a while, and when we went with him, that was his first time back as captain of the ship. And his girlfriend was there with him too, and her nickname was Susie Cream Cheese. But that was an awesome, awesome trip. And the fun part was you could work with the crew if you wanted to. You know, it wasn't just like a regular cruise ship. You could crew on the ship if you wanted to. So I remember it was a nice, calm night on the ocean, and they actually let me steer the ship for a while, and that was really cool. So anyway, I've had a lot of good adventures in my life. I'm not the richest woman. I never was. I always had to work for what I got. My men always had to work for what they got. But I consider myself extremely, extremely blessed. And sometimes I think you have to embrace life as it comes to you. And you have to put good out there in order to receive good too. So that's just what I think. And all of us have some bad things that happen to us. We all go through it. But I think the key is coming out on the other end of something bad. I think the key is your whole attitude towards it. Now, there's some things that happen that are horrific, and there's nothing you can do about it. But you have to go on, and you have to do the best you can. So anyway, that's the story of the Phantom and my relationship with the lake and the sea, and I just love it. I always have. My dad had a couple smaller boats when I was a kid, and he and my mom used to love to go fishing. I didn't like to fish. I thought it was extremely boring, but every once in a while I'd go with them. And the boats that he had, he named them all Ellen. So anyway, my dad, he was a good guy. He really was. So, all right, that's all I have for you today. I'm not going to show you my pizza for dinner. You all know what pizza looks like, and it's not pizza I made. Our breakfast was really, really good. I had a breakfast pizza that I'd love to recreate, and I will one of these mornings. And it was almost like a biscuit dough. Now, I, of course, had just veggies. And it had onions and tomatoes and peppers and scrambled eggs on it. And then on top of that, it had this delicious hollandaise sauce. And on top of that, it had melted Italian or mozzarella cheese. And it is really good. The restaurant we go to for that is called Blue Sky. And it's always packed. So anyway, that's all I have for you today. I hope you had a great week, a great weekend, and I hope you have a lovely week coming up. Tomorrow I'll be getting back to my, I think it's day 186, where I'll continue to cook down my refrigerator, my freezer, and my working pantry. And my goal is not to do much shopping this month at all. Keep it limited to once or twice a month, and very low shop. So, all right, my friends, I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching.